Hi ladies, it's Liz Davis. Welcome back to my gluten-free kitchen. And today I'm going to be making for you Italian cheese and herb gluten-free breadsticks. Now, as always, if you don't need to make them gluten-free, you can substitute regular all-purpose flour for the gluten-free flours that I put in there and the xanthan gum. But anyway, let's get started. My first ingredient is 1 cup of white rice flour, 1/4 cup of potato starch, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of non-fat dry milk powder, and of course the star of our show, Philadelphia Italian cheese and herb cooking cream. I have 2 ounces of that. It goes right in our dough. And then I have, I have 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, which, as I've said before, it acts as a glue in holding your gluten-free baked goods together. 1 teaspoon of unflavored gelatin, which also helps everything to gel together. And then I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Oh, it's stuck in there. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cider vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And then our last ingredient is 1/2 teaspoon of honey. Go ahead and scoop that in there. Okay. And then I have in my cup, my measuring cup, 2 cups of warm water. And I'm going to start adding that slowly. It'll take about 1.5 to 2 cups. And the real key to gluten-free baked goods is mixing it for a good 2 to 3 minutes once you incorporate all the ingredients on a medium to medium-high speed. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Actually here, I'm going to scrape off my paddle, the mixer, and I'm going to put these in my sink. I'm going to put this into a Ziploc bag, because with gluten-free baking, the dough, it's really difficult to find dough that's going to roll out like your normal all-purpose flour dough would roll out. So I figured out a little trick. Just try to get all of this in here as neatly as I can. And I used about 1 1/3 cups of water. And you want it to be like almost a thick pancake batter consistency. Okay, let me get just the last little bit. Okay. Put this over here. And let me get my stand mixer out of the way, because it's time to make our wonderful cheese filling using our Philadelphia Italian cheese and herb cooking cream. I'm just going to put that out of the way for right now. I'm going to mix up 3/4 of a cup of our star of the show, again, our Philadelphia Italian cheese and herb cooking cream. And I want to tell you, this adds so much creaminess to these cheese-filled breadsticks. Okay, so that was 3/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of cottage cheese, 2 tablespoons of ricotta cheese, 1/3 cup of finely shredded mozzarella cheese, 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese topping, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of Italian seasonings. I'm just going to mix this up. And I also have taken about 5 of the mozzarella cheese sticks, and I've cut them into about 4 pieces each. And that's going to also go on top of our dough. Okay, so I have my 5 mozzarella sticks that I've cut into about 4 or so pieces each. And oh, you gotta be able to see my dough. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my dough out of the cup. Fill it up. And get my little scissors. And I'm going to just cut a small part of the corner off the Ziploc bag. Okay, and that's going to create like a piping bag. And I'm going to put one here just so I can gauge one of my cheese sticks, just about how long I need to make. And I'm just going to simply pipe out my gluten-free Italian cheese and herb dough. There. I'm going to set this aside for 1 minute. And then what I do is get some olive oil. Okay. And I just try to make a little well in the center of this dough. And also I have preheated my oven to 375 degrees. And I just try to make, careful not to push it all the way through, make a well. And then I'm going to lay, let's see, that might be a little long, you may have to adjust. Lay my cheese right in there. And then I'm going to take my small child's spoon, and I'm going to top this with a creamy, wonderful cheese filling. Okay, like so, just making sure to get enough in there. And then I'm going to come back over with my bag. I'm going to, see if I can get it to come out. Just pipe my gluten-free dough onto it. And then again with my olive oiled fingers, just try to seal it up around, covering your cheese filling. Okay, I'm going to finish these up and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm just finishing up my last breadstick, and actually I only needed to use 2 of my mozzarella cheese sticks cut into 4s because I thought I was going to be able to get a couple strips of the mozzarella sticks in there, but it was more important to get the most of the Italian cheese and herb mixture in there. So I just put 1 little strip into each. And this made 9 breadsticks here. And what I did is earlier I browned or just cooked some garlic in a 1/4 cup of butter, 1 garlic clove, and I'm just going to brush that gently on the tops. And gluten-free dough is just so difficult to work with. But this is one way I found that I can actually have a stuffed breadstick, which I haven't had them in a long while. And the Italian cheese and herb blend just really adds so much creaminess and flavor to these. I find sometimes if you have just plain mozzarella cheese, it can be overpowering. But this isn't heavy. It's just delicious. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put these in my preheated 375 degree oven, and they'll bake for about 25 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, our breadsticks are done, and I cannot wait for you to try them. Enjoy this recipe.